Hello everyone, this is Tourette Studios and welcome back, and today I'm going to be talking about having Tourette's. So, I think I should probably start with first of all, before I talk about Tourette Syndrome, I'm going to be shooting this video and the entire thing is not going to be edited. I'm not going to have any cuts or breaks in it. It's just going to be me. Usually in videos that I do, whether it's a little less with gaming just because game is such long videos, but a lot with like my Lego vlogs and stuff, I try to cut out the parts where I have Tourette episodes, just for the convenience of my viewer, and just yeah, it's just I feel like it's not necessary, but it's just a nice thing to do. I mean, it's distracting and can sometimes, I don't know, just distract from the content. But I should probably talk about how long have I had Tourette's. So, to my knowledge, in Tourette syndrome, you were born with it. It's not something that you develop really. Um, you are born with it, and I've had it all of my life, as long as I can remember. It used to be a lot worse. My Tourette's used to be a lot worse. Sometimes I have some bad episodes of Tourette's, and that's when I have to uh, either completely re-record a video or just scrap it or just wait until I'm in a calmer state of some sort. Just to give background on what Tourette syndrome is, it manifests itself mainly in the form of tics. Tics are these non-verbal, sorry, not non-verbal because they can be verbal. Tics are, what were the words I'm trying to think of? Uncontrollable, repetitive, movements, movements, verbals, vocalizations, stuff like that. It could be really anything that you could do. It's just you can't control it. They're not painful usually. Like the majority of them are not painful. They're just annoying. Some of them, some of them have caused problems. I've had neck issues as a kid because I used to have, I still do, but not as bad. I used to have this head tic where I would have to do this to my head, completely nod it over and over and over again. That doesn't happen a lot anymore. That was I think that was the first tic I could remember. I developed this tic in high school of grinding my teeth, going. I still have that, unfortunately. Unfortunately, when I do that, it grinds my teeth. It's just how my teeth are so straight. I did not get my teeth professionally done. I've just grinded them down so they're flat. So everyone compliments me on my smile. There's a plus. So yeah, flat teeth. Yeah. So I have a couple of tics, and tics can really be separated, categorized in two parts: simple and complex. The simple tics, they involve just single muscle movements, one singular muscle group, something like maybe a shoulder shrug or a head jerk would be one of them as a tic. Sniffling, oh no, coughing or something like that. A simple vocal tic might be just a grunt, clearing of the throat, even barking. I don't think I've ever had barking. A more complex tic, it's when you're using multiple muscle groups for the movement ones, or so bending or jumping or kicking, which I have this really bad tic where I need to sometimes I just need to extend my leg and kick it or really stomp my foot down when I'm walking, which is why sometimes when I walk I double step because I have the urge to do that. And then for the verbal tics, for complex ones, they can sometimes come out as words. There are certain words that I hear that I just feel the need to repeat or to uh, emphasize. I mean, you can watch my videos. There's a lot of times in my gaming videos where like peas, I'll go like or something like that in the like repeat or something, or like with bees, or I'll do like the teeth grinding one a lot, or words that rhyme with like or. I have the urge to like say that vowel sound, that sound, I don't know what it's called, the linguistic sound of that word, and then repeat it over and over again. Um, yeah, there's one. Um, but I'm very lucky in the sense that I don't have any tics that make me want to swear. That like because there are a lot of tics that people have where it's like swear words or derogatory phrases or racial slurs, and it gets them into trouble. So luckily for me, it's not offensive. It's just annoying. Um, the severity of symptoms, I mean, it can just vary, but they usually like peak, like having like tics in episodes. That usually peaks in adolescence, like 9 to 16, all in there. And then it usually resides. So it's like a bell curve. It goes up, and then like after like 16-ish, it starts to recede. And as the brain fully matures, that's when hopefully you grow out your tics. Now, not everyone goes out their tics. I am 22, going on 23 next year in February, and I have not grown out my tics. Even though they have recessed quite a bit, I still get some bad episodes sometimes. I would love to grow out my tics. They are definitely people. Yeah. Luckily, in my experience, I did not get bullied a lot. I did get bullied for Tourette's, but luckily in my school, lots of people were able to stand up for me. They understood what Tourette's was. I was very lucky enough that at a young age, I was able to share with my peers and my classmates what Tourette's is, so that they'd have a better understanding. Actually, funny story. One of my friends, I was the only. I went to a very predominantly white school. I was the only Asian kid in our class for a very long time. Not always. We had more people, more POCs in our school later on. But like starting off, I was like the only Asian kid in class, and I was the only one with Tourette's. So she paired the two together. She thought all Asians had Tourette's, and that was just an Asian thing, which I thought was super hilarious. Yeah, that's just so funny. It's just great how children's minds connect things and stuff. So, and then we got some more Asians out of school, and she was like, "Oh well, no." But yeah, tics, Tourette syndrome, they do affect boys 3 to 4 times more than girls. So you'll find it more in guys than girls. It's actually an interesting statistic. Apparently 1 out of 160 kids have some form of Tourette's, whether it be not severe to very severe. So it's very likely that you know someone who has Tourette syndrome. It's just they might have very minimal unsevere tics that are very simple and easy to hide or something like that. But 1 out of 160, that's not bad odds. You know, that's like I know more than 160 people. For all I know someone who also has tics. OCD is something that is similar to Tourette's, but also different. One of my friends actually has OCD, and they like have these tics. And they sometimes just tell people they have Tourette's because it's easier than to explain that they have OCD and why they do it. So yeah, OCD, sometimes people who have that also show similar things in Tourette's. I do know that, just Tourette syndrome has been a part of my life forever, and has it made things harder? To some extent, especially jokingly, it's hard to play hide and go seek or anything quiet. Uh, but in all seriousness, uh, yeah, uh, doing live streams, as I've said before, are it's very, I wouldn't say scary, just nerve wracking a little bit, like a little anxious. I'm a little anxious doing live streams because with videos, I can edit my tics out most of the time. If I would just be recording a video, I can, if I have a tic episode in a sentence, I can just pause and then restate the sentence and then cut that section out. But with a live stream, I'm just there, and the fact that I'm talking to people, and usually they're late at night, except today's live stream, that's going to be, actually I don't know when I'm posting this video, so it might have already happened, but anyway, the live stream is happening in the afternoon, so hopefully I'll be calmer. But yeah, it's a little stressful, and I know that all of you viewers are very understanding and all that, and I'm sure you've had questions about it and don't know how to ask, which I'd rather have people ask than just not know, because I love educating people about it. So this is sort of my just answer to you all about, why does he make random noises? Why does he have those random movements? What is he doing with his mouth in those videos? Because sometimes a tic, it's just moving my mouth a lot. It's weird to see my mouth move without words coming out of it. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I do, and if it's abnormal in a video that you don't understand why, probably 9 times out of 10 it's a tic, and it's because of my Tourette syndrome. Luckily though, I've found that music is something that I usually don't have a problem with. Like in my conducting, I'm getting my master's in orchestral conducting. Whenever I'm up there conducting, I never have a tic episode. Never in my entire life do I remember being on the podium conducting an orchestra or an ensemble, or even practicing and having a tic episode. I'm not quite sure what it is, but music is a magical thing, and I'd love to make an entirely separate video explaining how music is just the most magical thing to the mind, because it literally, music unlocks every single aspect in your head, especially when you're playing a music instrument. When you're listening, it still does access a lot of your brain, but when you're playing an instrument, the entire brain is working. It's not just like the left or the right or a certain section, like it's the entire thing. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's beautiful. So I don't know, I feel like music is just able to really help all of my brain connect and everything. There's a lot of stuff that goes on with Tourette syndrome in the brain. There's, we don't know what the cause is to Tourette syndrome. We do know it's slightly genetic. Also, that it's partially environmental. We see that there might be correlations with abnormalities in the brain and all that, especially the basal ganglia, whatever that is, and the frontal lobe and stuff like that. There are no cures for Tourette syndrome. There's only treatments. You can't cure Tourette's. You can go to therapy. There are holistical treatments that you can also do to try to combat it. When you are stressed out, tics shoot up, like a lot. When I am stressed, I definitely have more tics, which is why if you watch my videos from September to now, you are going to find, especially my gaming videos, you're going to find a lot more tics than now in these more recent videos than later, just because the end of the semester is always so stressful. So yeah, but when we get to January, it will be back down and then it will increase again. In my gaming videos, you hear a lot of this noise off screen. That is, for some reason I have a tic where I just feel the need to slam the mouse, and I don't think it's the mouse. I think I need to like, when I have that urge, I can definitely fix this myself. I can just let go of the mouse. It's really just an urge to do this with my hand, and I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. I have this urge a lot of the times to hit the side of my leg. I mean, not like hit it where it hurts. I mean, like, I can hit myself pretty hard. It's not gonna hurt me. But yeah, just random stuff like that. A cure that we tried, that my parents tried, we tried to put me through therapy on how to control my tics and stuff. That didn't go over well. And then I did not want to take treatment. There is medical marijuana. That's an option. There's also tick tamer. There's a lot of other drugs but the thing is with those drugs, the reason why they work is because it purposefully calms the brain down. And here's one thing that I have wrong with pharmaceuticals. And you can be free to disagree with me because this is a very controversial topic to some people. But personally, when I get a headache, I don't take aspirin. I don't take Advil. I don't take any of that stuff. Because I was watching a TED Talk on this once. We have a natural, like a headache is natural. It is derived from stress or something like that. Whether it be eustress or de-stress, it is something like that. And by taking medicine, we are using a non-natural, human-made supplement to stop us feeling a headache. It doesn't alleviate the headache. It doesn't cure it. The headache doesn't go away. It just stops the brain from emitting the headache. It just stops it. It doesn't get rid of the headache. It's still there. It's not reaching so that we can feel it. And that is unnatural, which is why I used to get headaches a lot. I stopped taking medicine for it, and I started doing things like meditation and calming myself down, going on long walks, breathing exercises, stuff like that. And after a while, I like never get headaches. I can't remember the last time I got a headache. Like maybe last year. I'm not even joking. I think last year was the last time I got a headache. If that. And even if it was last year, I think it was only once. So headaches come a lot less often now that I'm treating it with a natural. I just have to let the headache happen. And if I do want to combat it, I want to combat it in a natural sense that alleviates it and not stop it in an unnatural way. So with tics, the medications that they give are to calm the brain. But to calm the brain, it's going to dull it. And I'm a smart kid. I'm a smart adult, like grade A student. I know a lot of stuff. I'm good at problem solving. I have good mental acuity. I'm sorry, this isn't bragging, this is just like a fact. Like I have huge mental acuity. My IQ is like 160. If I take those supplements and dull my senses, my brain is not going to work as efficiently. Yes, I will have tics and Tourette's, and that's still going to happen, but I will be darned if my brain is going to be like just like made to rest. My brain is meant to rest when I sleep. When I'm awake, it's working at full capacity. I do not want to be on something that numbs it to the point where I don't have Tourette's as much, because if my brain is being numbed to the point where I don't have Tourette's as much, that means it's not working at its full capacity, and I need it to work at its full capacity 24/7, because I am balancing master's, grad work, and getting A's on assignments, while also trying to balance having a YouTube channel and editing videos and planning my life and being a TA and teaching classes and organizing other students' lives. I can't afford that. So yeah, I can't take medications. It's not. I'd rather work efficiently with Tourette's than not as efficiently without Tourette's. My Tourette's go away naturally, that'd be great. But until that happens, I have Tourette's. And that is my life with Tourette's. Being a YouTuber, it's definitely been... Tourette's was one of the things... The reason why I didn't get into YouTube earlier was because I have Tourette's, and I didn't want. I was afraid of what people would think. Now that I'm older, I kind of have a little less. Have a little bit more of a just chillaxed mood of like, if people think of me this way, then who cares? So I finally decided to start a YouTube channel because I was like, you know what, it's fine. I can edit videos. The live streams, as I said before, are super stressful, but I feel like all of you should know that. I know I've gotten questions from it, and for my new subscribers who don't know me, yeah, I have Tourette's. So if you're watching a video, if you're watching a live stream, or that stuff is happening, I have Tourette's, and if that bothers you, I'm sorry. Which is why I try to edit my Tourette's out of as many videos as I possibly can, just so that, because I get it. It's annoying, and I really wanna thank you so much to everyone who I went to school with, taking tests in a room with me, having Tourette's. Hats off to you. Thank you for doing that for me and helping me feel like I was a part of just that. Thank you for helping me feel like I was a part of everyone else, that I didn't have Tourette's. The times where I did take tests in other rooms, I felt bad. But yeah, thank you for helping me feel, I hate using the word normal, but just welcomed, I guess, accepted. So yeah, thank you everyone who has subscribed to my channel and is seemingly fine with the occasional Tourette or tic, I should say, or episode or whatever throughout videos. So yeah, I'm a YouTuber with Tourette's. So thank you everyone for watching this video, and I hope that you learned something today about Tourette syndrome, and thank you for being understanding, and yeah, go about your day. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next video.